Today on CarTraction we are at Paul's Classic Cars in France, and this is basically a massive car showroom, and what a place it is. We are not expected to see this sort of thing here. Now this is basically like a massive car dealer. Basically every single one of these cars is for sale, and most of them are left-hand drive. We just had a chat to an employee here. 80% of these cars that are sold at this showroom here actually come from the USA originally, which means they're all probably quite good condition underneath, and of course they're all left-hand drive because both France and the USA drive on the wrong side of the road. I don't think they heard me saying that, so that's alright. So in today's video there's actually another shed over there which you might be able to look at. 200 cars they have here for sale, and they sell roughly 300 cars every year. So this place is automotive just delight. It's almost like a museum. So without any further ado, let's have a look around all these amazing classic cars. Well, I think we might as well start at the top. What a place this is. This is just automotive candy. Look at this. Ford Cobra Replica 427. We have actually been given permission to break through these barriers where we would not usually be allowed, so we'll carefully undo that. And look at that, Mustang notchback. What a place this is, eh? And these are all pretty much original American market cars. A stunning Cobra there. Plenty of Cobras here. Maybe the French like their Cobras. A Lotus Elise. There's so many MGBs here. I think they said maybe 80 MGBs here, which is pretty mad. There's an MGB GT over there as well, and honourable mention too, all of the absolutely amazing memorabilia around these stunning classic cars. And this is apparently only one of the two halls. Yeah, look at these. There's a VW thing there, and this is a TR250, an American market Triumph TR5. You see these often converted to right-hand drive in the UK, but of course it makes sense to keep a US market car left-hand drive in France over here. I do like these, running on carburetors, as it is the American market example. There's the interior of the VW. We'll have a little look round some two-wheeled delights here, a little trailer thing. That is one very tasty bike. I've started noticing classic bikes a little bit more since I bought my CWS monkey bike there, but we'll have a look at the cars mostly in today's video. And what an incredible place this is. There's an MGB Roadster there. There it is, just one of everything here, isn't there? Wow. This is a Panther. Kid car, I want to say. So some very precise parking there. They're really packed in here. An MGTF. Once again, very car that was very popular in America. And a Triumph TR4. So up top here we have a gorgeous early Porsche 911. Might be a 912 actually. One of the earlier full-cylinder examples, but that is just stunning. It is literally like we've got our own private museum here. It is incredible. What an amazing building. Thank you to all of the lovely people here who have let us have a walk around. Got this absolutely stunning Mercedes-Benz, I think it's a 190 SL, maybe convertible. We need to look at the back to see what engine is in this one. There you go, 190 SL. So the smallest engine, there it is a 911, there you go, an early 6-cylinder 911. There's the interior of this Mercedes, of course, left-hand drive, an originally US market car. These were very, very popular over the pond. Porsche 911 Targa. As I said, every single one of these cars is for sale here in Creances in Normandy. MGA. A few nice bits of memorabilia over there. This is an absolutely incredible place. Mercedes SL, notchback Mustang. What a place this is. There's an MGB here just beyond. Another Cobra replica. The French must like their Cobras, mustn't they? They also must really like their MGBs as well. Some form of, I'm not sure what that is, maybe Mercedes like recreation or something there. MGB, GT. Another left-hand drive. On left-hand drive is really cool in the UK, but I suppose it's normal here. Very nice early one. Series 2 Jaguar XJC Coupe, very nice. Oh, there's just so much here. More than I thought of, actually. British sports cars. There's a notchback Ford Mustang. As I said, all of these are imported from, or 80% roughly, imported from America. Ford Mustang notchback there. The Triumph TR4 and another MGB. It's just an insane amount of stuff here. MGB, British Leylandero. That's a lovely, lovely looking Corvette. Looks very original, that one. Corvette Stingray. That is one very, very good looking car, that, isn't it? Wow, that is something special. There's a Ford Thunderbird. These are amazing looking cars. Just amazing to see all these cars all together. It is literally like a private museum here, just for me and Dad to yap about old cars. And if you are enjoying this absolutely amazing automotive dealership here, then please do let me know in the comments below. We're having a great time in France looking at all of the abandoned and somewhat more shiny classic cars out and about and inside. Austin Healey 3000, very much a car again, tailored towards the American market. I like that little clock just under the rearview mirror. There's a little clock mounted on there. It's a very nice little addition onto this Austin Healey 3000 Mark II. There's a Ferrari here, perhaps a 512 TR, I think. Another Austin Healey. There's a fastback Mustang over there. That is one great looking car, actually, in a very unique green. I love some of these signs right here as well. Just helps to decorate the dealership so well, doesn't it? Here's the white Healey. That's another Mercedes 190 SL, just another absolutely jaw-dropping classic Mercedes. And this is a Testarossa, the 512 TR Testarossa. This Ferrari flat 12 engine in these, I think. Another Cobra replica. That one looks very sleek in black. And there's a Triumph Stag, once again another car that was really geared towards the American market, but actually another example of a British sports car, you could say. Here's the fastback Mustang. That's a really, really good looking colour, actually. I do like that. There's a garage there for the tinkering department. But what actually is this? I'm not sure. Oh, so right, it's a Sunbeam Alpine, but it's got a Le Mans G. That is really, really nice, actually. That's one of my favourite cars here. So it's a Sunbeam Alpine, which is usually a convertible sports car, but this is like a shooting brake GT. That is so nice, actually. That is really one great looking. Yeah, that just suits the Sunbeam so well. Another left-hand drive one. I wonder who made this originally. Very deep dish steering wheel. But let's get another look at that. It's like an enlarged version of the likes of the Honda S800s, actually, in a way, but British and quite a bit bigger. But that is one amazing looking car. Le Mans body it is on this. What I presume is a Sunbeam Alpine. We'd be very, very lucky if it's a Sunbeam Tiger, but it's probably an Alpine. That is one amazing looking classic Sunbeam. Here we are back at the stunning fastback Mustang. That is one amazing looking car. Really do like that. I'll pick up where we left off roughly, which is with this MGTF. There's an MGB Roadster here. There's the very sleek black Cobra. There's another Cobra over here. These must be really popular sports cars in Normandy and France in general here. There's an MGB and a Triumph TR4 with a sharp looking hardtop at the back over there. This place is huge. They really are packed in. I dread to think what you'd say if you'd bought that Opel GT over there. The stuff you'd have to move to get out of here. It would be painful, but I'd say that's a pretty good job. Now this is a very special car. This is not your normal MGA with sort of 1600cc four-cylinder. This is the MGA twin cam. Now that is a very, very special car, kind of a sleeper in a sports car. Well, you see loads of MGAs with the 1600 engines, but yeah, this has got twin cam MG engine, which generates a lot more power than the standard MG 1600s. It's getting up for more 2 litres, 1800. I don't know too much, just because you hardly ever see any twin cams. These were sort of the ones that a lot of racers were based on, and a lot of racing cars get crashed because they're driven very, very quickly, and that means not as many of the twin cams or the highest sort of sportiest variant of any car really survives as well. If it is useful for racing, this would have raced all over America perhaps, and all over the world in period, although this looks to be an original road car, once again USA car, left-hand drive. Just beyond the MGTD, which is another very successful car in America. This is, what is it? I think it's a Jaguar based. I say a Cougar, so this is like a Mark II Jaguar, I think, which has got like, it's kind of like the Fraser National Le Mans replica body actually on it. So it's basically a Mark II Jaguar that's had a racer body on it. That looks really, really good actually. That they've absolutely nailed the shape on that one. One Opel GT here as well. It's just so look, we've been able to have a look around here. So these are very, very cool looking little cars. Left-hand drive again. Oh, there's one unique interior in that one as well, actually. There's a butterfly on the back of the TR4, which is backed up very, very close to the wall. Try not to scare him away. Another TR4 and left-hand drive there. That MG is a very special car, don't underestimate that. So here's the Opel GT. The interesting thing about these is they are pop-up headlights, but while most pop-up headlights will go like that, these go like that. So that would rotate. Imagine that's up, it goes like that. I saw this on French TV earlier. So that's actually a really, really cool pop-up headlight setup on the Opel GT. Notchback Mustang. There's some of the fairly popular muscle cars here. MGB, this one's a little bit modified. That looks a fairly standard one on black wires. That is very, very cool. Here's the slightly modified example, debumpered overdrive gearbox as well. There's the notchback Mustang. So many MGB Roadsters. These must be such popular classic sports cars over here in France. And there is a Marcos here. That's a rare British car. Rare to see that oh wait, no, there. That's right. This one's in right-hand drive actually. So this is not one of the US market cars. This is probably a British car that's been imported. That's interesting. Yeah, it's probably the only non-left-hand drive car we've seen today actually. So that's actually probably rarer than you'd think. Yes, that's a very cool Marcos. Another MGA here. Surely this isn't a twin cam, I don't think it is. This has just got the usual 1600 or something. Yet another MGA, once again a non-twin cam one. The twin cam ones are extremely rare. This is a Triumph TR3A in red. Very, very smart. Once again, left-hand drive, and we've got this absolutely gorgeous Alfa Romeo two-seater Tourer. That is just amazing. Probably early 1960s in date, I guess. Just an absolutely stunning looking car. So now everyone, we're in the workshop. This is perhaps the less glamorous section here, but this is where all the cars get their work done. That is one great looking MGA. That's kind of like the Carrera Panamericana. That is a Mexican race across like all the desert. So I'd be very surprised if MGA has done the Carrera Panamericana, but it might have done. It certainly looks like it. That's a really cool oily ragger actually. I really like that. Hope it doesn't get too shined. It should keep the history of that one in that livery. There's a bit of GT40 parts there. There's an MGB and the Porsche Carrera. I find this area just as interesting as all the cars parked up all and shiny. That is one very cool roof. Well, we just stepped outside and I spy a glorious classic British race car. That is a replica, that D-type, a long nose replica. Wow. The long nose having the fairing behind. So unfortunately this is not actually an original car, but that's so cool. It's got the correct XK straight 6 engine, which of course any D-type would have. That would be an incredible car to drive. There's a USA spec Jaguar E-Type Series 1. That is another glorious, glorious GT. They just look so cool in the left-hand drive form, don't they? Interestingly, it doesn't mention the engine size of the back of these. Maybe that's an American thing. Usually it'd mention whether it's a 3.8 or 4.2 iteration of the XK-6 in these. And there is said XK-6 engine.
Twin cam, straight six, triple car ratchets as all the E-types have. Very handy, very useful.
Well, this is the second hall, and well, what a place it is. Just absolutely amazing. Huge thanks to those who have allowed us to have a look around. I suppose we'll just start at the back. Dad started at the front, so make our videos a little bit different. We've got a section of open wheelers here. What is this one on the end? Like an Excalibur or something? Like sort of homage to the early Mercedes-Benz cars, I think that is. That is a Ford Thunderbird. That is a very nice and original looking car, actually. I think it's pretty safe to say this one is one of the USA originally made for cars. There's a selection of right-hand drive, actually, open wheelers. And there's what I think may be another Excalibur. I think there's quite a few of these Mercedes replicas, actually. I've never really looked at them. Not sure what it's based on. I'm more sort of used to the standard factory cars, like another Ford Thunderbird there. Actually looks just like the one Dad used to have. Very nice intake system on that. 4 carb. Does that maybe have a V8 in it then? In this, that would be absolutely insane if it did. Can you imagine that at Westfield with a V8? That would be pretty mad. Selection of open wheelers. We'll have a little look around this corner past the Mercedes Homage. Got another MGB. I think this is their best-selling car, probably. Corvette Stingray. Is this a Panther? Yeah, Panther, I think. An amazing looking classic Mercedes at the back over here. Wow. 2-door coupe. It's an amazing selection of classic cars here. Got the Corvette Stingray as well. There's a more modern Mercedes-Benz SL here. Ford Mustang notchback. An MGB. This is one amazing shed though, isn't it? Yeah, XJS V12, another US market car, coming from California. A lot drier over there, means no salt on the roads as well. That really is a car eater in the UK. So they tend to survive a lot better, as do actually maybe the cars in France. It does seem to rain quite a bit less often here. This is one very good looking MGB Roadster, actually. Another California car, interestingly, but look at that hardtop. Got a vinyl hardtop. That is very American. That looks really nice, actually. Very nice and original early MGB Roadster. Yeah, the paint on that is just lovely. That is actually one of my favourite cars here, left-hand drive with the vinyl hardtop. That is just a fantastic look. Painted wire wheels as well. That is one very cool MGB. There's the Mustang. Just next to that is a Dodge. This one seems to be a DE at the moment. So this is a fastback, interestingly, like a 2-door coupe. Oh, it's a Charger. Oh, it's an early Charger. Okay, so automatic gearbox in this early Ford Dodge Charger, I mean. I think it's an early one, because it doesn't have the pop-up headlights. That is, what is that? I think it might be another Thunderbird, but I'm not 100% on that one. My American car knowledge is not up to scratch, is it? Ford Mustang fastback over there. Selection of more MGBs, Roadsters and GTs. There's a couple of more Mustang notchbacks here. What an amazing collection. This is absolutely massive shed. I think it'd be dangerous if we had a shed of this size. There's a few more of these little open wheel racers. This Westfield looks somewhat terrifying if it does, but it would have a V8, wouldn't it? With that many carbs. That'd just be too many carbs for a 4-cylinder, wouldn't it? So yeah, that would be very, very entertaining. Another Mercedes SL at the back there, just next to an MGB. What is this? Nice one, good looking car. This almost looks like, it isn't, I think it's a recreation, but this almost looks like the classic cheetah racing cars they're called, but it isn't. I think it's a later recreation. Can't really tell what this one's based on. I think it's based on, it's a TR6, sorry, actually. That was a nice and original one, to be fair, but yeah, TR6, sorry, not an MGB. That's very poor for me. That's actually a really, really good looking car, that. It's hard to get a proper look at it because they're so packed in here. Maybe the classic car market in France is quite a bit bigger than I thought it was, but I still can't quite figure out what that is. If anyone does know in the comments, it looks like an homage to a sort of 60s GT Le Mans racer sort of thing. But yeah, please let me know. Dad? Dad, can you figure out what this is? Is it meant to be like a cheetah or something? Thanks. So even Dad couldn't figure it out, so it must be something obscure. There's a Morgan 4/4 with the leather strap on the bonnet. It's another right-hand drive car, that actually. Ford Mustang notchback and a very, very handsome Mercedes saloon. Some more fantastic parking there. So what is this? An Alfa Spider. This one is sort of mid-production at a guess. Got the typical Italian long throw gear shifter. Nice one. Lovely looking interior. I'm sorry if the camera footage is coming out a little bit strange. It is quite dark in here. So yeah, I think probably, I don't know, it's French registered actually, so it might be original French. Maybe market Alfa Romeo Spider there. Another notchback Mustang. Mustangs must be very popular here. US market Mercedes SL with those headlamps. That is one very, very good looking car actually. Same can be said for its older brother here, the Mercedes saloon. Here's the back of the SL. Lovely, lovely interior. Those dowels are very nicely blended in with the top of the dashboard, and that is some great paint on this Ford Mustang notchback. That looks really, really nice and original. Mercedes SL. So much to see here, isn't there? Another SL, these must be quite popular as well. TR6, bright green. The little Triumph Spitfire, that's quite a nice looking little one. Mark III Spitfire, another car that was quite popular with the American market until American regulations started to strangle the power of it a little bit. There's a Jaguar XJS here, which is not helping British stereotypes. Some modern alloy wheels on this one. Could be a 3.6 or a V12. It's so far parked so far back I can't actually see the back of it. There's Austin Healey here, another left-hand drive example. Austin Healey 3000, so the 3-litre BMC C-Series straight 6. An MGA, stunning Porsche 356, that's one incredible looking car. Look at this, I think this is like a Lancia 2000 or something. French registered, so it might be an original French car, but it could be an imported Italian perhaps. Once again, another long throw gearbox. That's a very Italian thing, that. And the interior on that car is fantastic, isn't it? I don't know whether we can see. There we go. Oh, Flavia. Oh, there we go. Lancia Flavia. This one is, I think it's probably roughly a 2-litre. Maybe a V4 in a Lancia. I'm not sure, actually. But yeah, that is one very, very handsome classic Lancia. Yet another notchback Mustang 289 V8 engine. Another Morgan 4/4. Here's this absolutely amazing Porsche 356. It's French registered, I think, so perhaps an original French market car. I think the Germans drive on the wrong side of the road as well, so maybe also could have been from anywhere, this car, but that looks absolutely stunning. One of the best shapes Porsches, I think, probably one of the first Porsches ever made, this one. Here's one, just gorgeous, gorgeous classic sports car. The Porsche 356 has very, very kindly been pushed over here with a little bit of assistance for some photo opportunities. Yeah, everyone's so welcoming here. It's very nice indeed. That is probably one of my favourite cars there. The earlier Porsche 356s are just stunning cars. So just next to where the Porsche 356 was is this Corvette Stingray. Chevy, this one, maybe early 1970s, in date, automatic, huge American racing rims on the back. There's the Morgan, we've seen that just before. Another right-hand drive car, interestingly. Morgan's perhaps more tailored to the British market, I suppose. All made in Malvern. Very interesting looking Austin 7. I think it's got some modern suspension layout or something going on with this one, because that looks a little bit advanced for the 1920s when this car should date from, really. Yeah, the back wheel, but something is it? I wonder if it's maybe a Boston 7 body that's based on like a Spitfire Triumph or something, maybe. Yeah, something about that just looks a little bit unusual. I think that's an Austin 7 chassis, not an Austin 7 chassis, just Austin 7 body. We'll have to see. There's a Mark II Jaguar, that's so cool in left-hand drive, that 3.8 litre. They're so cool in left-hand drive, aren't they? Very smart Jag. Triumph TR6. There's a Mercedes SL. Just an amazing collection. There's a Spitfire Mark III. I'm sure Dad will relate to this one quite well. It's vendu, so that one's actually sold, fortunately. Left-hand drive, white wall tyres, another left-hand drive Triumph TR6 and a very smart looking scimitar. A couple of Panthers here, and there's the very smart scimitar. That looks really good on wire wheels, actually. Very, very smart. A Ford Mustang notchback here. Mercedes 280 or 230 SL Pagoda convertible. This is an amazing collection. Look, there's a racing kart over there, and another just fantastic looking Austin Healey left-hand drive racing hardtop. Speaking of racing, we got this one here. This is a fully race prepped, goes to Spa and Le Mans every year. Paul's Classic Cars, Paul from this company, races this one at the Le Mans every year, which actually isn't far at all from here. That is obviously an Austin Healey 3000. Look at these carbs. Ooh, those are very nice triple Weber carburetors. I suppose you could say 6 throttle bodies. That's so cool, that. Look at that, that's a lovely little car. This is an MG TA, I think, supercharged. This is probably the car I'd have. Either like this, the racing Healey, or the 356 Porsche. Maybe. We'll have to see. There's a Triumph TR3A here. That's a very smart American market car. Dad's getting into the back of a pickup, as you do. The Chevy 3100. Alfa Romeo Spider. There's just so much here. This is a C-Type Jaguar replica, which is a very convincing one, actually. All the roads around here are gorgeous. They're just like the Mulsanne Straight at Le Mans. And I think blasting down one of those in something with a bit of poke, like this Jaguar C-Type replica, something that you don't have to sort of be too precious about because it's not actually a genuine race car. It would just be a fantastic experience, I think, to drive something like that on the lovely French roads around here. They're actually really nicely maintained, way better than the UK. Here's the MG. It's a supercharged one, this one. Quick release radiator filler cap. This is a very, very nice car from 1938. Little boat tail at the back. What a handsome little car that is. Land Rover Defender next to yet another Cobra replica. These must be very popular sports cars. A lot of American cars, actually. I suppose it makes sense as they are left-hand drive. It's a Mustang convertible. That could have a 6-cylinder, although I think it does have the 8-cylinder engine. Mercedes SL, got the American market headlights and bumpers. A much larger bumper setup. Now, what is this? This is one incredible looking car. That was Ford Thunderbird, there we go. So I think the other one we saw already was also a Ford Thunderbird, the one I wasn't sure about. So that's a US market Ford Thunderbird. Here's the Cobra. And a Mark I Frog Eye, Austin Healey Sprite on some very jazzy alloy wheels. Those are pretty cool, aren't they? Yeah, I like those. A Chevy 3100 pickup, 6-cylinder. That's actually very, very smart classic American pickup, left-hand drive, so original American one there. Mercedes SL, actually not on US market lamps. It's also left-hand drive, so that's maybe, I don't think it'd be South Africa actually, but yeah, Not sure what the history of that one is. Maybe it's been converted to the European lights, or maybe it's like just like a French car, I don't know. Morgan 4 another right-hand drive one. I think those are only made in right-hand drive. This is a left-hand drive Porsche in a very similar shade to the 3560, which is just absolutely divine. Another pair of Mercedes SLs. I suppose a lot of the older cars seem sort of fashion accessories. You just want something that'll start up and you can just go for a cruise in it, and I suppose one of these Mercedes SLs does fit that bill pretty satisfactorily. Is that a word? I don't know what it is now. There's so many SLs. Most of them got the US market kit Ford Mustang notchback, and there's the US market big plastic bumper overriders on the front of that SL. So many MGB Roadsters here. Just amazing to see. This is another perhaps Excalibur. I think that's actually quite a good looking one. A little bit narrower. I suppose it's a bit more convincing, even though it is not actually a pre-war car. Several MGBs, white walls on this example. Loads of Mercedes SLs. This is just such a cool shed, isn't it? Rubber bumper. There you go. We used to have a left-hand drive rubber bumper one. Nice big mini light wheels on that one. GT. Here's a fastback Mustang.